Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Barbara and today we have week 2 of April readathon's vlogs. This vlog is going to take Monday to Sunday. Maybe I'll stretch it until Monday next week because that's when Easter ends, so we will see. But for now, Monday till Sunday, this week about readathons that I'm taking part of, which are Orilium, Readathon and Neveremore-athon. It is now Monday evening, it's like 9:30. I am now sitting at the computer doing some puzzle on the computer for some geocaching tasks and listening to audiobook. I'm listening to Crying in H Mart, which is my read for Neveremore-athon. It fits 3 prompts on there. It fits Mare Dotterbond, it fits 5-star prediction, and one more. I'm not sure which one. I will have to check later. And there I'm about 25% through, and so far I don't like the narrator. The narrator is Michelle Zauner herself. She's the author of the book as well. It's her memoir about her relationship with her mother. Well, they didn't have a good relationship when she was growing up, and then she got diagnosed with cancer, and it's basically about the relationship and everything. And so far, it's just not making me feel what it wants to. And I expected this could hit me because I can relate very much, but so far it's not doing anything for me. The narration is not good in my opinion. Like, I don't like the tone the narrator has, the author has. It's just, I don't recommend the audiobook. I still hope it will pick up though. And then I'm also reading Twilight, which I'm not reading right now, but I'm there also about 25% through, about the same as Crying in H Mart. I'm reading Twilight. Yeah, I forgot to say Crying in H Mart is also for the Orilium, and there it is for animal studies, where I spin the coin and I got nonfiction. So for my Beastmaster calling. So yeah, that's what's happening. I'm drinking my tea, just chilling on Monday evening, doing puzzle, listening to audiobook, and I'm having a good time. Hello, it is now Tuesday evening. I am currently on my sprints. I can show you maybe. See, I'm on sprints. I now turned off the camera, but yeah, we had really entertaining chat right now about very funny NetGalley book, and that I will get to read, but probably not now. Probably I'll read that in May. No, probably in April, because actually it is gonna be archived 1st of May on NetGalley. So I need to listen to it now. It is like 2 hours audiobook, so that's gonna be fun. It is called Wet Hot Allosaurus Summer, and it talks about, or it is basically a dinosaur erotica. It sounds ridiculous, but I definitely want to check it out. Anyway, so I'm reading Twilight. I am now 210 pages in, so like this far. I know that's still not almost halfway through, and still having fun. I do realize I am now reading it very much with my like teenager mind, my teenager mindset, because I have noticed a couple things that do bother me about Edward and about how he treats Bella sometimes. It's not anything big, but it's just little things that would put me off a guy. That I know I never noticed when I was a teenager, and it would have been maybe endearing or something, but not as an adult. So yeah, it is quite like interesting to read it now when I'm adult, to have a completely different like mindset kind of thing, but still having fun. It's very nostalgia. I love it. And yeah, I made the progress with Crying in H Mart yesterday as well. I listened to quite a bit of it, and as I said before, that like it is not doing anything for me. It's not really making me feel any deep feelings or anything, but it does talk about her mother being very sick and dying. So that is giving me a lot of anxiety. And when I was listening to it, I even thought that I needed to take a break because it was just getting too much. I did get past it, so I didn't need to take a break, but I was feeling very anxious. So if you go into that book, be very careful. It does talk in a lot of detail about a person going through cancer and chemotherapy, and it's not a very nice read. And yeah, so be careful if you go into that. But it definitely started to make me feel things, even though nothing like sad or anything, but like, you know, anxiety, which is a feeling. And yeah, I think that's the update for now. Hello. It is now Wednesday evening. I just took a shower, so my hair is all messy and wet. Yeah, I just want to update you. Yesterday I got to 60% of Twilight. I didn't read any Crying in HMAR because I was feeling good with reading physically. The sprints helped a lot. So yeah, now it is 6 p.m. So I finished work, I took a shower. I am uploading a video on YouTube, finally. Video that I was supposed to upload like a week ago or wanted to. Now I am ready to jump into this. I have like 170 pages left. So I don't think I can do that today, even though I would really want to. Like I really feel like I want to finish a book finally because I still haven't finished a book for Neveremore-athon. So I really want to finish a book. So it would be more practical or more realistic to aim at finishing Crying in HMAR because there I have only 100 pages left. But I do want to keep the audiobook for when I walk around and do stuff, when I don't feel like physically reading. But now I feel like I can physically read. So I want to try to do the Twilight. Also, I'm feeling a bit sick. I woke up today with a bad sore throat, so I don't know. Everybody is sick around here, so I maybe got me too. Damn it. But yeah, it's not that bad. But I just don't want to go around and do a whole bunch of stuff. So I just want to sit and read and relax and rest and get better. But yeah, that's the update for now. I'm going to be continuing this. One update I can say, like more towards the book itself. I still don't want to talk about what it is because I do believe that it is best to go in not knowing what's going on. So if you haven't read Twilight, if you manage to avoid the world of Twilight, don't read the synopsis, and I stand by it, that the best part is trying to figure out what's going on. And yeah, that's the most fun part. But what I wanted to say is that this just reminds me why I don't like rereads all that much, or at least of fiction books. I don't know if I've ever done a reread of a non-fiction, but of a fiction book, because I know what the story is, especially if it's a book like this, that I know the story so well. So I'm just waiting for the next fun scene, and I'm not enjoying the scenes in between all that much, which sucks. Because I feel like that way I'm losing a lot of, precious, not time, but like losing a lot of like the nuances in between when I'm just waiting for the next fun scene that I know is coming up. So that's why I don't like rereading books that I really know, stories that I really know. So that's one thing, but other than that, still having fun. It's a fun ride, so going to get cracking on this. So let's go. Hello. I guess I'm talking to you from exactly the same position as my last clip, dressed the same way. Anyway, it is now Thursday afternoon, it's like 5 p.m. So finished work. It is now long weekend because it's Easter weekend, so tomorrow is day off. So super excited about that. And yeah, I hope to get a good chunk read in this weekend. We will see how that goes because it also depends on how I will be feeling and my boyfriend, because we are kind of sick, kind of like a cold or something. So we'll see how we feel. If we get a bit more sick or something, we'll just stay home and then I will be able to read. If we don't get more sick and if we'll get better, we might go to the summer house on Saturday till Monday. So then I don't think we'll be able to read, or I will be able to read as much, because there will be also his parents. So then there is lots of activities and stuff happening. So probably won't be able to read that much then. So we will see. I'm not hoping that I'll get more sick, but if I do, it will have its advantages. I was also thinking it's like the perfect timing for getting sick. Not that I want to be sick, but if I have to get sick because everybody is sick, it is best timing to be sick during Easter, because we don't have any big plans. We are not traveling anywhere. And yeah, I prefer to be sick when I have days off rather than during work week or something, when I have to push myself to work even if I don't feel good. So it's okay, it's all right. Anyway, I yesterday read only about 40 pages of Twilight, but then I was really tired and I didn't feel like reading that much. So then I went and listened to Crying in H Mart instead. So there I am about 86% through or something. So maybe I'll finish it today. There is only like 30 pages left or something, or 20. So I think I could finish that today if I really want to. So that would be really good. Twilight, I have 140 pages left. So I will try to finish it today, even though not that much time left. But also Denise from Adventures in Enchanted Forest, she's printing again today, so maybe that will motivate me to read more. We'll see. We are about to get the good chunk, so this is gonna be basically all the one stretch in the end. So if you know Twilight, you know what I'm talking about. You know, the home run of the book is just about to begin. So yeah, I mean, I already started a chapter, but the chapter is called The Game. So yeah, so that's gonna be exciting. I think it's gonna be like quite quick read, because that goes fast. I'm gonna go and hop onto this, and I'll talk to you later. It is now Sunday. Yes, it is Sunday, April 9th. So I haven't talked to you in like 2 days. It is now Easter weekend, so we had the Friday off. We spent Friday, well, lots of the Friday we were cleaning the apartment. Took advantage of having a day off. Towards the end of the day, I kind of got like something triggered my anxiety. So then I spent more than 1 day being like really anxious, so that's also why I didn't vlog, because I just didn't feel like it all that much. And yesterday, Saturday, I was trying to read and finish up a vlog, which still isn't up, but tomorrow. And we went to the Star Wars movie with the orchestra, live orchestra. That was amazing, of course. Very anxiety inducing, but still fun. And after that we went to the summer house, where we are now. Well, the summer house is not in the site now, but we went for a walk a bit, and yeah, we're now sitting, chilling by the water a bit, and then we'll just go home and have dinner and whatnot. Anyway, book talk. On Thursday evening, I finished Twilight. It wasn't as good as I remember it, which is as expected because I already read it a couple times, so I knew exactly what's happening, and it's just not, adult. It's YA. You can tell it's YA. So I think I would give it like 3 stars now if I read it for the first time, if it wasn't for the nostalgia effect. And so I think I kind of decided that I will stop rating YA books because I'm not the target audience. I will still rate it for myself in my spreadsheets for my personal statistics, but I will not put rating on like Goodreads or Storygraph because I don't want to drag the books ratings down since I'm not the target audience. It just doesn't seem fair. So I think I will stop rating the books on Goodreads that are YA. I think that sounds fair. I finished that book, and then on Friday morning I finished Crying in H Mart, and I gave that also like 3 stars. That was quite a disappointment for me because I feel like that shouldn't have been a book. That it felt like it was the author's just like processing her grief and her thoughts and her memories. It didn't feel like a proper memoir, proper book for people to read and get some inspiration from. It didn't feel like that at all. I feel like if you are writing a memoir about your sick mother who dies and you processing grief, it should be something that people can, sympathize with you and can learn something from it and can take something from that. They're not alone. But this just wasn't it. The author was or is selfish in the entire book. Like her mother was sick and she was taking care of her at home, and she was making this amazing dish for her, but the mother didn't feel like eating it and she was on chemotherapy. And this author, Michelle, she felt very offended by it. Why doesn't she want to eat my food? Like, are you for real? This woman is sick, is on chemotherapy, and you're gonna be offended that she doesn't want to eat your food. And then she was also offended or really upset that this I think her sister that they asked to come and help while she was on chemotherapy, because she also helped another sister that was on chemotherapy and took care of her. So they asked her to come and help take care of her mother now, like the Michelle's mother. And she was so good at it that Michelle got jealous. And she got jealous that, oh, I'm not able to help my mother while she is. Like, guess what? She has practice at it, So I didn't like that. And then it felt a little bit, I don't know how to say it, but there are some weird sounds in the forest. Whatever. Also, she was talking a lot about how she wanted to connect with her Korean mother and with her Korean family, but they don't speak English, and so it was really hard to communicate with them. And the book actually spans 2 years after her mother died, and they went to visit their Korean family again, and she still couldn't speak Korean to them, and she was feeling that she's losing her Korean side of herself. She wasn't feeling Korean enough because she couldn't speak Korean, but nowhere did she mention that she's learning Korean to keep the Korean in herself. No. It's like, oh, I don't speak Korean, I'm losing this part of myself. You can learn a foreign language, right? You know that. No, she doesn't. So yeah, it just didn't sit well with me. It didn't bring the emotions it was supposed to. It did make me anxious at one point, and when there was describing like all the things that were happening to the mother due to chemotherapy and in hospital, which is something I had to go through. Well, not myself, but like my mom and dad, and quite recently, and that definitely triggered my anxiety. But other than that, I just didn't feel anything, and I didn't feel sorry, and I didn't feel like the emotions were brought through properly when it comes to her dealing with her mother being abusive. She never she did realize that her mother was not treating her right, but she never really dealt with it in any way. And then she was just like, oh, I need to go take care of my loving mother, and this is how she shows love. No, it's not love. That's not love. That's not how your parent is supposed to treat you. Anyway, it wasn't a great book. Unfortunately, I didn't like it. So yeah, I finished that, and then I started The Long Way to a Small and Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. That is for spells and incantations, I believe, where the prompt was read a book between 389 to 415 pages, I think, and this book has 404 or something like that. So I picked that. That is so good. I'm now 200 pages in, and so like halfway through, and it is so good. So there is adult sci-fi science fiction about this tunneling ship. So they are building tunnels in universe between different galaxies, I believe, so they can travel easier between the galaxies. And on the ship there are different species. Actually, there is a couple of humans, but there is also different like other aliens kind of thing. For us, there will be aliens, and there are different species working on the in the crew on the ship, and it's just so fascinating, and I love it. I love the world that she's building, and it's just so much fun. I absolutely adore it. It is very, I think, character driven. There is not that much that's happening when it comes to the plot yet. Anyway, I mean, there's things happening, but it's not anything that I feel necessarily drawn to, that I need to know how that turns out. Yeah, I'm curious, but that's not what's driving me to the book. It's the world building and everything. It's amazing. Love it. And yeah, that's the book update for now. I didn't start a new audiobook because I do have audiobook for the Long Way to Small Angry Planet, which I wanted to also mention. The audiobook, there are two versions that I found, and one of them has like a soundtrack to it, that there are like the sounds, and like if they're listening to a song, there's going to be this song in the background, and there's going to be the sounds of the ship in the background, and it's just so fascinating. But also I'm very sensitive to these kind of things. I don't watch new movies because I just can't handle them, and this was so intense that it triggered the anxiety that I was talking about. It triggered my anxiety. I was not feeling good. I had to switch to the book without the soundtrack. But if you don't deal with this kind of anxiety, if this is not a problem for you, try the book with soundtrack, because I think it adds a whole another dimension to the story, and I just absolutely loved it until it triggered my anxiety. So that was fascinating. I never listened to a book like that, book with soundtrack. Wow. Yeah, but I think that's the update with the reading. Tomorrow is also off, so we're still in the summer house tomorrow. We'll go home tomorrow because Henrik is playing football, so we need to go home. And so I will be reading more tomorrow. So that's it for now, and I will talk to you later. Hello, it is now Tuesday evening. I'm on my sprint, so you know the setup. Oh, there is a mouse right there. So I'm on my Tuesday sprints, and I thought it would be a good time to wrap up the vlog. I wanted to, keep Monday in as part of the Easter. I didn't read much after I talked to you on Sunday out by the sea. I didn't read much more than that. I read, let me check, up to the page 234 of The Long Way to Small Angry Planet. So far, I really love it. I think it's like the writing is amazing, because we do have a plot that we follow, a trajectory that we follow, but the most of the book is the characters and the world around it, and exploring all of it, and it just is so amazing. I really love it. So far it's like 4.55 stars, like honestly, not kidding. It's really good. Today I already read about 30 more pages, so working on this one. And yesterday I also started We Fly Beneath the Stars. I forgot the name of the author. That is an arc about World War II, women who were flying planes in World War II. I don't know exactly what that is about, but I listened to about 5% of it. And here we have two sisters who both are in the war, and I think we just follow them as how they get into the war and how, during the war and what happens to them. So that's gonna be interesting. It is set in Russia. It is like the characters are Russian, which is quite interesting when it comes to World War II story, so I didn't expect that. So that's gonna be very interesting. But I think that's the update. I don't have any other reading updates. I think we can try to wrap up the vlog with some statistics. So we have 7 more days that we got through. Not 7, 8. 8 more days, because including Monday. And so that would be 39.4% of the readathon through. In the 8 days of this vlog, I have read 793 pages, which is almost 100 pages a day, which is less than I wanted to. So, Easter, as usual, or like when I have vacation, as usual, I don't read as much as I would want to, and I usually read less than on a working day, which is really strange, but that's just how it always is. So in total, I have read 1,291 pages so far for Orilium, which would be about 32%. So I am a little bit behind, right? I'm a bit behind, but I'm not that worried about it, because the coming weekend, which is going to be in the next vlog, is going to be Peace Talks 48-hour readathon. And so I kept all the short books for that readathon, and so I hope to get lots and lots of read there, and so I hope to catch up in the readathon this weekend. That's the plan. So hopefully, fingers crossed. I think I did a little worse this week than the first week, because of the Easter. So, it was like a bit distracted. We went to the summer house with the boyfriend's parents, and it's just not as much time to read. So it didn't go as well as the previous week, but I'm still not too worried. I think I'm still doing all right. To sum up is how I'm doing with the prompts with Orilium. I've done 3 books so far. 1 out of 5 for Beastmaster is done, and 2 out of 8 for Wild from Druid is done. So I'm working on it. It's okay. And then for Neveremore-athon, I have completed 6 prompts out of 16. So not too bad. Still have a lot of days left. So it's all good. But I think it's time to wrap it up. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!